There's the sound. I am here. Thank you all for coming to the industry. There should be sound now. Thank you for keeping me updated. That's why it matters to have friends and family, and people want you to exceed and succeed. I am here. Thank you. As I have figured out my technical issues in the studio, no need. It was hooked up. I was playing records and stuff earlier, so it was hooked to another device. Zoom took over from there. But this is the industry. We do this every Tuesday, 1 to 3. I am your co-host, Sunil Honeycutt. Damn it. And people want to call me in the middle of the show. I'm only answering it just in case. Yes. I'm doing the show every Tuesday, 1 to 3. Go to YouTube. Yep. All right. Are you okay? When people call you friends and family, make sure nothing's wrong. And then you go from there. I am establishing that, again, I am here alone. First time doing the show would be the 12th show. We're going to have a great entrepreneurial guest today who's multifaceted and multiple entrepreneurial endeavors in her life and multiple businesses. Fix this real fast. And my cousin has showed up as the first person on YouTube to help me get it together, because I guess I was having some unfortunes or misfortunes. But okay, Ange, I'll let you in 1 moment. What's happening? Okay. Trying to keep people updated. Usually I have him here assisting, but I guess that is not happening at the time. So I am stuck with a multitask of a job. That job can be handled, and I'm not afraid, as I am talking myself into accomplishing some things with you all. We do this every Tuesday, 1 to 3. And as I have challenges getting this done, I'm going to send this information to Ann so she can get in to the we're going to send this again for Ange 13, the co-host. Per Zoom. Ange 13 Zone, one of Chicago's biggest MCs to ever hit the market here in Chicago, with a extensive career in the game. One of my favorite MCs that I'm fighting for. I'm telling her to check it now, as I am doing the show alone till she co-hosts, because the host is not here with me. And then in about 10 more minutes, we'll have the guests come in and we'll have a long, extensive conversation with her. But I'll talk about my Father's Day. I hope everyone who has had a Father's Day enjoyed it. One of the least celebrated holidays. They said there are 20 American big holidays, and Father's Day is number 20. Halloween comes before Father's Day, which is interesting, which is very interesting. And if you all hear me, please let me know. If you hear me on YouTube or not, that'll be fine. I'll start off with some things we normally do. I usually do a shoe and an item of the day. Well, Jay usually does it. I have to do it today. Again, we will be discussing the festivals that have happened during the Juneteenth, Father's Day, Black History Month, Black Men's Health Month. Hey, Doe, my friend, I can't wait till Rasan comes on the show, as I'm having Ans 13 enter as a co-host, and I host today, replacing Jay. She's replacing my spot. She was our guest last week, and I'm waiting to hear her voice before we introduce our guests. Our guest will be Mr. the barber chef. And we'll talk about her entrepreneur endeavors. As Ange is here. Ange, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Let's start this off right. We got the audio good this time. All right. Audio's awesome. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Ange. Today is June something, 20th. Today is June 20th. This is the UnDustry podcast. We do this 1 to 3 every Tuesday, a cross-state connection production. The host is absent, so I'm replacing the host, and then Ange 13 will be replacing the co-host role, which is usually mine.
Well, how did that happen?
Goofiness, but he got family matters. We have people on YouTube. Their support let me know that the sound is just as supportive, and they're watching. So if you see me look down, I'm looking at comments on YouTube. Our guest is here, and she'll be in about 5 minutes. But Ange, how was your Juneteenth?
Surprisingly, I had a good time for the first time on Juneteenth because I hung out at a place that I normally don't hang and with people I don't normally hang with.
Do I want to know?
Privately, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just something. Okay, so in the matter of me saying, do I want to know? I enjoyed my Juneteenth, but I did nothing besides clean up for you to be here, and then you didn't come, or Jay.
I apologize. I was actually hanging out with somebody earlier in the day, and I think that may have thrown me off as far as my timing in getting there.
All right, I figured so. That's why I was asking. But we're gonna elaborate until the show. Okay. On this show, we uncover and unravel some industry positives, negatives, pros, cons, yin and yangs. And one of them is don't let people interrupt your business that you don't make it to the damn show. But we're not gonna.
But I'm here. I'm actually here.
Not
I think you wanted me to be next to you. I mean,
no, not you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking like, if Johnny Carson didn't miss a show, and Cindy Hall didn't miss a show, and the host is missing a show on a pop-up.
We are going to
move on.
Well, I'm going to say this. Nobody's perfect.
You're right.
So we got to give some grace where it's due.
That's what Black people say all the time. So I've used that many times, and it has worked for me. And
yes, because you want to be given grace.
I have been given grace.
All right, then.
Even though you all got me in trouble. We'll talk about that in a moment. Actually, let's talk about it before the guests come in.
We got you in trouble.
I watched the YouTube last week with the person that I am engaged with. And she questioned why you all are so surprised about me getting married. So I had to give her all these excuses.
Did you give her the truth?
I was with my children's mother 15 years and proposed 3 times. So I was not some kind of whore. I wasn't, and I'm a committed man. Everyone I've been with with time. I never go through people in a year. Just last year.
Well, yeah. I think if she is listening, we said that because we've known you for a while and didn't think you were the marrying type. We didn't think that that's what you wanted. Because I never, ever heard you mention anything about that particular subject. And I think you didn't mention it because it must have been touchy at the time. So,
No, I didn't have any hardship. So as you know, my children's mother, the one I was with the longest, I don't mind telling you exactly what happened. So we went into it, smitten, as they say. And then I'm just like, oh, yeah, you with me? We're going to get married. And she was basically wait. So I know, and as I say all the time, I know nothing about marriage. So after the wait, we wind up having the first one
Well, that didn't sound like you waited.
Marriage has nothing to do with getting your libido taken care of. But with that being said, so we have the first one. Her mother then gets involved and offers me her ring to give to her. She was upset. She thought that was inappropriate. That caused the rift. Again, I know nothing about.
Wait. Who thought it was inappropriate?
The children.
Baby mama?
Yes. I know, I get it. I was doing good DJing. She probably expected, so I don't know what she expected. I don't. She's such a whatever. I'm not judging her. I'm telling you all about me. So then the third time around, by then we were on the rocks, but then she was just like, we had the second baby by then, but it just wasn't financially sustainable by then. The world had changed and things have changed, and we were already 18 years in. Common law would have made us married in Illinois, but
there's no common law in Illinois, unfortunately. My mother found that out the hard way. There is no common. My mom.
Oh wow.
There is no common law in Illinois, so you guys was just shacking up.
It was a good shack up. We had a lot of entrepreneurial, a good friendship, a lot of entrepreneurial endeavors. You were involved in some of them.
They were.
I succeeded in a venture. But with that venture, as that venture died out, then we died out. You know what I'm saying? I think exactly that's what happened. I won't lie to you. We became real involved parents, and then when some things changed, then the relationship changed. There we go. And whenever you would like to come in, guess this is the UnDustry podcast. We do this every Tuesday, 1 to 3, uncovering industry issues. And I just talked about industry issues when you are in a relationship and with your partner and things go south. It can take the business south and the relationship south. So that's what we do here on the show.
I think that communication probably would have helped that situation out. And maybe if you guys picked another dream together.
Another dream?
You've accomplished the first dream. Maybe y'all should have had another dream together and then work toward that. Because if there's nothing to work toward, it's only it's only motions to go through.
So we had a second chance, but we had already moved on as far as sharing a dream, because our children took on, our son took on our endeavors, and he's an artist and goes to Columbia. Mm-hmm. So we really support it, and we're really kind of not industry parents, but really back them as much as we can. We want to support our daughter because our daughter has a natural talent of drawing or illustration. She's been doing it since she was 5. She's gotten like excellent better. She's doing digital and hand drawing illustrations for making strips, like comic strips and stuff on her own. She's joined social groups to then assist in making comic strips. So maybe it could turn into a career for her if we keep her guided. But yes, these things happen as you children take on your ideal hobbies that become a labor of love and professions, things that you can entrepreneurial in. So we have common interests, just not the same smitten love or interest in keeping each other's company. Now that could be my fault. I'll take it.
I think that it's probably not a one-sided thing with something like that, because
Rasan say, save me.
In order to dance, you need a partner.
Rasan said, save me.
Rashawn
Doe says, save me, and on YouTube.
What's wrong? Why does he need saving?
He's talking about because I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth.
I don't think you're putting your foot in your mouth. I think you come into some realizations where some things went wrong the first rip around. And now you have an opportunity to do it right with somebody that you can start again. We start over.
Rip around.
Dude, we wake up every day. So the rip arounds is a continuous thing. You're gonna always start over. So just be mindful of who you want to start over with. If they have the same goals as you, are they moving in the same direction? If at one point y'all was to be apart for a minute, would y'all meet up at the same place? That's what I'm saying this as a single person. You know what I'm saying? As a single person. But I mean, I've had relationships too, and you got to come to a lot of realizations with things. And I wish somebody would have gave me a little bit of a tip here and there, and maybe I would have made different decisions. But you
Here's a
sometimes
tip I
need to
have
hear
for
from
you.
the outside. Go ahead.
Episode 10, we had Erica Pugh, who is a licensed therapist and a counselor. She handles 9 to 90 people with needs for therapy or counseling. She could be subpoenaed for her counseling. She was great episode, to the point it was like she was giving Jay free therapy. She asked us some real hitting questions about how males treat each other, building friendships. It's kind of dysfunctional, sportsman's attitude, good job, Buster, or whatever. I'm trying to be nice.
Good job, Buster. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh man, you're gonna be a pussy ass nigga, we're gonna lose the game. That kind of shit. So she was discussing why does that happen. We had a great conversation, but she also added that she does couples therapy and for marital therapy for people who don't want religious, because you're supposed to go to a counselor to your chapels or synagogue or church or mosque or
your
temple.
Spiritual guidance
before you get married. You're supposed to go sit with them. But she said a lot of people in this tradition time don't like going to the church because the church put these church stipulations on you. And then in my situation, my first time really proposing, that ran me away. Yeah.
Did it but it didn't stop you from wanting to get married. So it wasn't that hard of a run.
Okay, so chef, a barber chef, Mr. They're waiting on you on YouTube. They're asking where you are. So whenever you are willing to hit your camera or microphone, if you don't, huh? Oh, she's going down.
Right.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
How y'all doing today?
Awesome. I wish I was wherever you are because it looked like you're getting ready to cook.
Yes, I actually thought to incorporate this as a treat. Since you guys invited me to the podcast, I figured I'd either be cutting or cooking. So I chose cooking.
So as you come in, please introduce yourself to the UnDustry podcast here on YouTube Live.
Okay, so my name is Tiffany Misser, the barber chef Groves. I am from Chicago, born and raised. I have been cooking personally since I could stand in front of a stove and cook. Professionally, I've been cooking for about 13 years. As far as cutting, I've been cutting for a long time. I can't even remember. I'm in my late 30s, and I picked up my first pair of clippers when I was like 9 years old. So
cutting your own hair or cutting someone else's hair?
No, actually, very quickly, how I started cutting hair. My mother and I, we used to live in like this community apartment where like it would be like a 3-bedroom apartment, and then in each bedroom there was a family. So like across from me there was this family and they had a little boy. He was around my age, maybe he was a couple of years younger than me, but they stayed like literally right across the hall from me, and like we used to play together. So like we'll go outside, play, kick it. Like we had a decent little friendship. But unfortunately, his parents, they used to get into it quite frequently. Like they used to have their little bats, and my mom would be like, "Look, that's black folks' business. You don't get in their business. That's that man and his wife, and you don't." Whatever, like, because I would always be concerned, like, if my neighbor, the little guy, if he was cool, like, so she's like, don't worry about it, let them do that thing. So one day, it got a little intense, and Mikey, which that was his name, he ran out in the hallway. He started like banging on my door or whatever. So I opened the door. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And he had this little black box in his hand. He's like, can you cut my hair? Can you cut my hair? Can you cut my hair? I'm like, what? Like, I'm 9 years old. I don't know nothing about cutting no hair. Like, and I'm a girl. Like, like I don't do that stuff. So he's like, can you just do it for me? So, like I said, it was a community apartment, and so we shared the common spaces. So the kitchen, dining room, living room, we all shared those spaces. And so he had me go into the dining room and put him in a chair and put like towel over him. And he's like, just press this button. He put the little thing on there. I cut it on, and he instantly started crying. So I'm like, oh no, like, wait. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, I got the clippers like to his head a little bit. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, I didn't even touch you. Like, did I hurt you? He's like, no, I can't hear my dad fighting with my mom over the clippers.
Ooh.
So like, from that moment, it was just like, dang, like, just literally at that moment at 9, I realized, like how traumatic that was for him and how relieving the clippers were for him to that it drowned out, his parents fighting.
I have so many questions.
Wow, just for a moment,
So the
girl.
first question before you continue the story. First question before you continue the story. I admire the moment of you becoming an angel for a friend.
Man, listen.
You also were giving a life lesson from him, which clearly your hat makes proof of that. You thought there was a gender role, and you, as you even said, and things have changed. That I think we triggered you. That's also why I tried to change it.
Yeah.
As your hat, which I need one of those hats also.
I got
you said I didn't know that girls cut hair, but now that's your occupation. So salutations to that. And then as we all have found out that the barber is a therapist. So that day,
man,
that was a change, Jack. So where is he now? Do you know where he is?
So about 10 years ago, I bumped into his mom at the store that was around the.
Well, she survived. At least you knew she wasn't getting beat to death.
No, she wasn't. She did survive. And she told me that he went off to college.
Oh.
And his dad, unfortunately, I wish this upon no one, but he passed away. And I didn't get into detail. Like, I didn't ask her why or how or whatever, but she was like, we made it out of that situation, and Mikey's in college. And I told her that I was cutting hair, and I told her, everything, the situation, and she just hugged me so tight and cried and thanked me. And, like, it's just crazy because I'm like, in that situation, I know I did something for him, but he really sparked something in me because I have not set those clippers down since that moment. I have literally been cutting hair since that moment. Like, I would go, if I saw people needed a haircut, I'd be like, hey, like, let me cut your hair. I'll cut your hair or whatever. Like, and I would meet so many people. It took me so many places, and it made the dollar, the dollar amount, like, it's not even really for me about the money anymore. Like, I've met so many people, like, I can't even begin to tell you from just,
Your introduction was very therapeutic for you, as you're probably being therapeutic for others. It's nothing like an exchange of interaction that gives growth. That's probably why today's co-host is one of our favorite MCs, but she's a very challenging person, but her occupation of choice has taken her probably the same length.
Okay.
I watch from the outside. Yeah,
Right.
That's interesting. Y'all have something, you have different professions and things like that. Reese says, Tiff, you're so dope. That's on YouTube. That's one of the
that's my homie. That's my homie.
We have some fans here watching her YouTube. We want to thank everybody on YouTube. Today's guest is, am I pronouncing this right?
It's
Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah. So it's a funny thing about that, real quick. It's funny thing about Mr. A lot of people always ask me, how'd you, like, where'd that come from? Like, we're in the generation of pronouns. Like everybody's like, what are you, what is your pronoun? What is your, what do you want me to identify you as and all that? And like for so long, people always confuse me as a sir. Like they'd be like, excuse me, sir, especially from the back. And then once I turn around and they they see me, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I mean miss. So I kind of consolidated it so that it's comfortable for everybody, because people will, like for me, instead of me getting offended that someone calls me a sir, I mean, they can't help it. So like, why should I get offended or feel away if I appear to be
Aren't
what
you
I
nice? Because I've always been beat up for that before, but that's a whole
No, I could never. I mean, that's just like me putting on a badge and a cop hat, and I have a gun in my holster, and somebody mistake me to be a police officer. Like that doesn't
With
make
a
sense.
top hat. Ain't nobody mistaking you for no damn police officer, no goddamn top hat, girl. Oh, you mean that hat?
No, a cop hat, a police hat.
What the hell you running around the city with a cop hat for? What are you doing here?
Like that's what I'm saying. Why would you have that on if you're not a cop?
Oh, I get it.
But people, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would I dress like this and get offended if I get identified as, a man? Or
I want that hat you have on because I want somebody to be offended by me wearing that hat. I love it. I want one of those hats too, but I would be so happy if somebody said, so you like girls? I'd be like, oh damn, thank you for asking me. Oh shit. I love people. So my name is Angie and blah, 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 blah. So I want one of those hats
this
too.
is shout out to my homie Zoski. This is her line. I'm a brand ambassador for her line, Uncomfortable Truth Lifestyle. We got shirts, tees, hats. I think she's working on jogger sets. Like she got a lot of stuff coming up, but everything is on my Instagram page. My Instagram is _barberchef. And that's really like my main social thing. Like I got a TikTok, I got a Facebook. My Facebook is more personal. Like those are my friends and family. But Instagram, like I got all my stuff on there, my work, this merchandise, everything.
Please make sure that the hat designer, the apparel person makes comments in YouTube.
Yes, we can go.
Mr.'s
Absolutely.
_barberchef, but she'll make sure she put comments in the YouTube comments. I'm so happy you're here today. I'm so happy that you're gonna participate in a momentous moment in my life, my first venture. We're not going to talk about that publicly, but we'll talk about that another time. But you're here because I found you very impressive when I met you doing an event. A lot of times when we have chefs doing the event, which the show is about, uncovering industry issues or reviewing them, you not just brought the food in, served it, set it up, it looked delicious, it tastes delicious. Because we talked about your barbering, I'm going into your next lead entrepreneurial. Being a chef, your presentation was wonderful. You then came and got all your own stuff. You didn't leave a mess. I'm so used to these entrepreneurial hood chefs tending to leave tons of grease and crumbs everywhere. But you did a very great presentation. And I was so admired that you're now being hired to cover, again, a monumental moment in my life.
Thank you.
Tell us how you started as a chef.
Oh, man. Trying to see where I could go back because I've been cooking forever. Like,
it's not one of those tear-jerking stories again, is it?
Of course it's a tear-jerking story.
No. This one is actually, it's a pretty cool story because like back when I was in college, I've been cooking forever, like since I could literally cook. Like my grandmother, she was the best cook. Like I swear to God, literally whatever she put her hands on was always delicious, and she always made something out of nothing. And that's what's gonna lead me into talking about my ultimate goal and what I'm doing with this. But back when I was in college, I went to Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. Shout out to my Salukis. it was an experience for me because my concentration was law, and I'm a Libra, so I'm very elaborate. I'm very I don't want to say controversial, but I will debate. Like if there's a debate presented and I know that I'm confident in my half, I'm gonna present it. Like I'm going all in. So like,
Well, you have made it clear that you're bougie. I'm not putting you out there, but that's from your mouth.
I mean, yeah, no, listen, I'm a product of my environment. I was raised downtown Chicago all my life almost. Like, I almost be embarrassed to tell people where I'm from. Be like, oh, what side of town you from? Everybody say west side, east side, south side. And I'm just like, the only one. They'd be like, downtown. Like, that don't even sound right. It's 2 syllables. Like, it's downtown. Like, I don't know. Like, but whatever. Like, but that's where I was raised. Like, I went to Catholic school most of my life. But I still try to, stay connected with my roots. Like, I love my people. I love me some ratchets. Can I curse on here? I don't want to.
Yes. Fucking get it out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my roots. I love
these motherfuckers where you stand.
I'm sorry?
Tell these motherfuckers where you stand.
No, for real. Like, I'm very professional. I want to be adamant about that. I'm very professional in what I do when it comes to cutting or cooking. I'm very meticulous, very particular, but I know what gets the dollar. Just like I talked to you and your fiance about the rich not buying poor. Like, I have a goal. I have dreams that I want to see come to fruition. So, I have to be strategic about how I go about that. And sometimes a certain look or act will not land me. I'm gonna be genuine either or, but sometimes certain looks or acts won't get me in the room I need to be in so that I can make these things happen. So like when it comes to bougie, like it's just because I know when it comes to Black people, they want to feel good, they want to look good, whatever they're doing, they want it to be picture worthy, they want to brag, they want to, step, like they want to like be loud, vibrant, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be clear, otherwise they're gonna talk about you. And it ain't gonna be good. They're gonna turn whatever it is. If they come to your event and the food is nasty, God knows you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it. They're gonna know like, oh man, look, that food was terrible. Or girl, who set this up? Or girl, who did this? And like.
And you did not do any of that. It was amazing. It was a great setup.
I'd be nervous. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I saw you was nervous, and I tried to help you. Had your little cart.
Man, I'd be like, nah, like I got it, cause I want y'all to like function. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate you, whoever my client is, and now you guys, I appreciate being booked. It's so many dope chefs in Chicago. It's so many dope people. Like I'm one of none, but it's a lot of dope chefs out here, like that, and I'm just happy to be one of the chosen few that I've landed some dope roles. So I'm appreciative.
Very good. Very good. Again, I want to thank you for coming to the UnDustry. I'll say this repeatedly. Tell a friend, tell a friend. I got a few people. Big ups to Pootie Mac is here, and my cousin Flip, and my dear friend Rasan, and your friend Reese, and it looked like Tech Sense. I don't know. So as more people come in, we'll have discussions. But we'll go an hour in, and then I'll pick an item from my. Go ahead, Ange, talk. Well, hold on. I'll pick an item from my great collection of records of Funko Pops, and then I do a shoe of the day. And then my co-host today is Ange 13, who was my guest last week, is gonna elaborate and help us have a great show. Go, Ange.
Why, yes, I will, and thank you, Sunil. Miss Sir, I have a question for you.
I have an answer, hopefully.
Did you go to culinary school, or are all your skills self-taught?
Great question.
So that is an excellent question. Thank you for asking. I'm gonna tie that in to answering his original question about where I started. So again, I was in college. My concentration was law. It was great, but then I got lazy. Again, I'm true to my sign, and I got lazy and I got distracted. So I I was doing good in my classes, like my grades were great. It's just my participation and I wasn't focused. I just wasn't really focused. So I started partying and gambling like a lot. So like, because it was just too fun. Like it was just too much fun. And actually, one of the client that booked me for your space where you saw me setting up, they were the ones who I would cook for in college. Like they would have these big gambling parties. Like I stayed in Thompson Point, which is like the suburbs of SIU. And we had a patio, a grill. There was a lake out there. The head resident, he had a full kitchen. Like it was like just like this in his dorm room.
You know, you send us off.
Why you say that?
You said just like this as your kitchen is blurred, but thank you anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, just like this
Like
blurred.
this. Just like this.
Listen, let me
Y'all miss.
Use your imagination, just like this.
So look, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get that together but I don't know how to
She's
unblur
getting
that.
it together. We got more people in there. Craig Elliott, Omaro, Pooty. What's up,
Hi
everybody?
everybody. Nice to meet y'all. But so real quick, so he had a full kitchen, stove, refrigerator, oven, everything. He's like, and I started doing like little things like on the grill outside for my people because they would host at my spot because it was so big sometimes. And he had come by, he was a Caucasian guy, very nice young man. He had come by, he'd be like, man, Tiff, whatever you're cooking, just a little bit of it. Like, I don't want to partake in any of the festivities, but I would love to, just try your food. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I cook up something and give it to him. And next thing I know, he come banging on my door. Tiff, what is this? It's so good. I mean, we're in college. We used to snacks, not real cooked meals. Right. So like, he's losing it. Like, man, whatever I can do.
What's his nationality?
He's Caucasian.
Yeah. Of course he want our food.
Yeah. He wants the seasoning. The seasoning is the reason.
Seasoning, man. You hear me? So he's like, whatever I can do, whatever you cook, whatever I can do, just let me know as long as I can get a plate. I'm like, shit. Well, let me use your stove. Like, I'm like, let me use your stove sometime so I can, really get out on the sides. Cause I was making sides on the grill, y'all.
All right, list the sides. Come on, before you go eat first, list the sides.
Oh man, like baked beans, cream style corn, from scratch, not out of the can. Like, fried corn, like spaghetti. I made greens on the grill. Like it was crazy.
Which
like,
one?
I made all sides in a pot, sitting it
what
on
side,
the grill.
What kind of green?
Turnip and collard.
My personal favorite is collard and turnip mix.
Yeah,
but now I incorporate a little kale in there. I ain't gonna hold you. I put a little kale in there now, and they are delicious. But I'm making all this food. He like, man, he like, look, you can use my stove whenever you want, bro. Once I started like doing that, I went from that to selling plates out of my dorm room. Like
that's like a black person.
Because we do.
They wouldn't stop. They would any excuse to come and ask me to cook. I'm like, y'all gonna have to pay me. I'm not about to. I gotta go to class. I gotta cook. I got to go to class. So I'm like, y'all gotta make it worth my while. So like, I get the cooking, selling plates, and this in college. So I'm selling, 2 meats, 2 sides, and bread, and maybe a salad. $10.
Bogus. You running the lunchroom lady's job.
Man, it was bad, y'all. But
she became the lunchroom lady.
I really did, and it was time for me to go because I had got an academic probation. The grades started slipping, and it was affecting my scholarship. But
wait, you didn't say you had a scholarship, did you? Or
what did you have a scholarship in?
Right.
So. When I first got there, I was in this little program or whatever. Like it was kind of like a transition program from high school to college.
Was the scholarship for paper, pussy, or peace?
No, but I got a few. Like I got a lot from like just doing essays and stuff like that to even one being left-handed because I pitched a B about going into my lectures and there not being left hand desks. Like I was losing it. I was causing.
So she used persuasion with that P. What?
You the head key in charge. Complaining about left-handed
so
desk.
frustrated. I'm like, y'all got all these left-hand students and y'all forcing us to sit all awkward. I'm like, how the hell can we do our work and we're not even positioned right? So then the curator of the organization I was in, she's like, Tiff, you know, we got a scholarship for that? I'm like, shit, no, I don't know. I ain't know, but I went for that. They gave me a scholarship for that. So just for being left-handed. But all that. So like, I'm like, man, everything is going out dry. I'm like, man, I'm making all this money though. I'm making all this money. I'm like, man, like I don't want to stop making the money. But then I had a campus job. You know, it was just a lot. So I had to make a decision. I'm like, look, you gonna finish school or you gonna have to pause cooking. But I was making so much money. Like it was like drugs. Like I don't even know what to say. It's like I was selling dope.
Well, how are you able to compare food to drug selling?
Supply and demand. That's how.
Oh, okay. Thanks for saving it, Ange. I was gonna see if she was gonna let the cat out the bag.
I'm learning from her because she seems to have it going all the way the fuck on, and everything is so.
I appreciate that.
Continue,
so yeah, like man. So I'm like, look, I gotta do something. So I made the decision, and then unfortunately, my grandmother, she had passed, and my mom was like, you know, look, I need some help. Like, I need you to come home, and you know, I need you to help. Like, she was kind of messed up about it, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I don't know who talking, but I'm listening. And I'm like, this money is coming. I'm like, these grades slipping. I'm not even really interested anymore in being an attorney because of like the lifestyle I would have had to lead. So yeah, I chose cooking, and I said, as long as my hands working, I'm gonna forever make money. And you know, I've been doing it. I'm in my late 30s, and it has been successful. I'm very happy. I just got one more thing I want to do. I want to open my restaurant. That is my goal. But I don't want it to be like your typical brick and mortar. Like I want it to be like totally exclusive and intimate. And you know, I just really want to focus on the food. So I'm very excited. Once I get things, you know, rolling, to hopefully I can come back and let you know what's going on with it. But it's gonna be dope.
Man, congratulations.
I want to come.
She wants to come. Look at you, her mouth watering.
Because you know, one of the things that a friend of mine and I were noticing is how many restaurants don't give you that feel that you can sit with them and eat. And so we've been going around to a lot of different places on the South Side and just been sitting in some of these restaurants to see what kind of feel they got, what kind of food they got. We're so used to having lockouts in Chicago that we rarely get a chance to sit down and talk and converse with, not just with the people that we came with, but people around us. So if you have if you get a restaurant set up, something like that, and if the food is as good as Sunil says it is, you have somebody like me coming all the time.
So I'm so glad that you said that, because, you know, Tupac, God rest his soul, and I don't know if my fiance is watching, she's working, but she loves Tupac. And I know she'll be proud of me when I say this. In one of his lyrics, in one of his songs, the lyrics, he say, peep the weakness in the rap game and sold it. And I really feel like that's what he did. I felt like he peeped the weakness in the rap game and he sold it, because he literally, it was going down because it didn't have no direction. And he literally resuscitated an era and birthed an era. And that's what I'm trying to do in the restaurant industry, because yes, it's a restaurant. It's probably in a commercial space. Yes, it is a business. So the object is to make money, but it doesn't mean get out of touch with the people and the reason why you're there. So I know me, and like paying attention to my grandmother, whenever she cooked, it was a big meal. She'd have to turn people away because there would be so many people just trying to come and, you know, just be there and eat and vibe, because she would always have something going on, like either some music going and, drinking and laughing and joking and just a good time.
Wow.
And on top of that, the food is good. So yeah, everybody love coming over Grandma E house. You know, her name is Ellen. They call her Grandma E.
So everyone who's on YouTube, if you all, while the show is going on, as we are an hour into the show, go to Mr.'s IG page, including you, Ange. Are you on your phone or computer, Ange?
I'm on a computer, but I got my phone
your
right
phone,
next to
go
me.
Give us the Instagram, and I want their comments. Oh, I want them to comment, share, and tell us what you all see for YouTube, because we watched it yesterday, and I just saw your fruit plate, your what they call them, with the meat and the crackers and the fruit. I just saw you just posted that the other day.
Oh, the charcuterie board.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be more money we're sending out to you, sadly, after we looked at it. But
so see, I don't know.
Congratulations for you.
I
Hey,
don't
you
know.
know that's all blurred up.
I know. Maybe if I
blur.
get that ain't working.
No, it's you blurred it out. What
Oh,
only
okay.
the only thing that's gonna come
Oh,
is
I'ma
clear.
say it.
Your friends out here, but just tell us.
It's Missir, Missir. That's what it is, Missir. And then the barber chef. So all common spelling, no DA or nothing. It's THEBARBER
Found you.
CF. So
Following you.
I don't know, I might have some food or something as my profile. I gotta get my social media together. I need my goddaughter / assistant. You know, she's more youthful. She's
Put the
into
kids to use. Put them children to use.
I gotta get.
Hold on, Ange. Ange, before you even say something, stop. So I got to tell you, your concept is a brilliant concept. I've experienced it. One of our dear friends, Nairobi, has become a chef, and he does it for the Inglewood Food Pantry, and he makes special meals from the free food there for the community. So they give away the pantry as groceries, but he makes meals as people get their groceries. They get tasting menu ideas to make from his menu or ingredient option. So big ups to Nairobi. That's a great concept you have. I've experienced it with him. And again, if everybody's seen the food, please follow her. Tell us which one looks the best to you. Let her know you've seen her on the UnDustry podcast. On the UnDustry podcast, which we do every Tuesday, 1 to 3. Today we have a co-host, because I'm the host, Neil Honeycutt, SB1, with co-host Ans 13 and Zone, because our host is absent, but our guest is the amazing storyteller, also amazing chef, barber, therapist, and more entrepreneur endeavors. Yeah. So because we're an hour in and I want you to tell more stories, I'm going to get the regular show stuff out the way. Merch will be coming soon, like t-shirts, the UnDustry shirt. I'll pick an item later. Because it's 50 years of hip hop, I will be showing you all my Van Tribe Called Quest shoes. I show a shoe every week.
Hey man, one of y'all, if somebody of my people on here tell me how I can get this blurred off this back, man. So y'all can see what
to the camera.
You gotta that little caret that's next to where it says stop camera, hit that little arrow going up, and it's going to give you options to choose your virtual background. Once you select this background, you can take the blur off and select none. And then you can come back into the room and you'll be here blur free.
Cause get me together, Ash.
And the tech MC at this point.
How's that?
Yes, and you have a great.
Hey, you did it.
I'm a tech too, so.
So,
one thing about me, I can follow. Listen, I can follow some instruction.
As we see her clean kitchen, which makes her a better chef. I'm gonna finish what I'm doing. My 50 year of hip hop tribute today will be my Tribe Called Quest Van shoe. I really liked it. I thought it was clever when they came out with it, with the second album, Midnight Marauder, Tiger Stripes. And you know, Van does some things. I appreciate them. The shoe is a classic. And that's my shoe of the week. That's it.
Those are dope. I like those.
Yeah.
These are my Vans that I got last year as a girl. I appreciate the fine quality of color and the patterns they put together on this canvas-like shoe.
It's
Now,
a
it
new
may
world.
seem
I'll wear
like,
those.
huh?
It's a new world. I'll wear those.
I'm pretty sure you would. And these are also some Vans, a very great company out of Chicago, but I wore them last week.
Van is not out of Chicago. They shop
Man,
here.
I feel so ill prepared. I wish
What
I
I'm
had.
saying is the Vans that is in Chicago, they do have a location here. I performed there along with lyricists. When we got to the event, to their space here in Chicago, they said, "You want a pair of shoes?" I'm like, "Sure, show me something I haven't seen." And they showed me those shoes.
Well, the old Oprah building used to be, yes.
Yes. So big up to everybody over at Vans Chicago. I know they're not based out of Chicago, but they do have a location that's awesome in Chicago.
Right. Big ups to them. I wish I had a pair of Vans. I don't know. I never, I got so blinded and by these Jordans and these Air Force Ones and Air Maxes.
That's all you are literally looking at right now, the different styles in those.
Yeah, like that's really all I have, like except for when I step, and I put my little drip on.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so you enjoy paper, pussy, peace,
Yes,
chef, cut hair, therapist, and you step.
of course. You can't be from Chicago and not step now.
Oh, I could bop my ass off. I can't step
people,
work.
homie.
What you say, Aaron?
We are not a monolithic people. We do everything. Everybody has so many different styles to cut on them. We be styling on them all the time.
I tell people like my fiance, for one, she'll tell me like, I'm so proud, like, because you do so much, like you could just do so much, like, but I don't know, like me, my the way I look at it is I hate asking people to do stuff for me. Like I hate having to go somewhere else to get something that I need done, because that just, I don't know, it just messes with I don't know, maybe I have an OCD about it, because if I ask for something, I want it right then and there. Like I don't want to have to wait. So like I don't know. If I could take it apart, I could put it back together. If I could see where it's broke, I'm gonna try to fix it. Like, that's just me. Like I'm a fixer. I'm a healer, fixer.
I think that's in your zodiac. Your zodiac is very nesting.
I'm a Libra.
Yeah, your zodiac is very nesting. You all are nesters, sort of. Like people who build nests and like birds almost.
Wait, so what are Tauruses then? What are we besides bullheaded?
Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. That's all.
God damn it! Got shit.
I can't really think. Me personally, I know two Tauruses, and there's one is a female, and she is very bullheaded. She is very.
But is she talented though?
She doesn't do anything
like damn.
But she is very, very smart, like very, very intellectual. She is neat in everything. She's a big she's organized. Like I know that she likes tedious things, and she's very intelligent, and like she's neat. Like even when she writes, her penmanship is like very legible.
She can sign checks and everything is where it's supposed to be.
So
not that one then.
Reset Libra gang, and then I guess Texas is from Texas. She waiting for you to come to Texas.
Okay. Fiance is from Texas, and honestly, y'all, I want to open my first restaurant in Chicago, and Kanye, he big on if you can't make it in Chicago, you can't make it anywhere. But I was thinking about one of my restaurant in Texas, my first one in Texas, because that's ultimately where I want my fiance and I want to buy our home. So I don't know.
So we'll try to occupy you so you'll stay. So patience is a virtue.
Where's the next place you're gonna be cooking that I can take a list? Wait, are you cooking for Sunil's event?
Yes.
I'm gonna be there. Oh!
Hey, watch
get
this.
the invitation now, Sunil.
Look, let me tell you what happened. Hold on, before we even talk about that, I know 4 Tauruses, females, and 1 male that I am close to. I'm not as close with the male anymore, which was Ryan Officer. And yes, all you all Tauruses have a skill set that you all are identified as. We know he's a great person on that 808 Veltrex beat machine. He always was a good producer or beat maker when it comes to the boom bap. So I think he's underrated. Flipside, who was a good poet who became an MC. Miss Patterson, who has a skill set. She's good with and fashionable. You, Ange, you know you're my favorite MC, period. And Christy Fields. She makes a mean fucking turkey spinach burger. Man, that burger's so fucking good.
Fuck all that. I'm trying to come to your event where she finna be cooking. I want to see what she says she can do.
Yeah,
she can do it. Can I get that invitation now?
Fuck all that.
That invitation now.
I thought, hey, look, I might have to sit this water down. I might have to go pour me a drink or something. So it's real.
I'm drinking me a rum punch right now myself. And
I'm obviously drinking a cup of nothing because you ain't answered my question, Sunil. Brother, can I come to the event when she gonna be throwing down?
Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I don't want her to come because hold on, her and the host has said they're gonna do the podcast live there. Who wants that?
I didn't say I was
a private dinner and someone's there where the food is good, but we're wondering what Sunil is doing with his life. No, I don't want
that wasn't for
That's what you all said you were gonna do is judge me at my dinner.
Not at the dinner, at the wedding, we're gonna judge you.
That's worse. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just trying to eat. Come on. Damn.
We'll see how this goes. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here. My guests, my co-hosts. I need to know what you all did for the great 2023 Juneteenth after COVID Juneteenth.
Oh my God, everybody was outside.
Everybody
was outside.
Is that an official word? Finally, like that is 2023. Outside. Outside.
Yo, my fiance's best friend was in town. She's in Toby Wee's choir. So he performed at the Hyde Park Summerfest on Sunday and we went. And when I tell you we were there from only like 3:30 or whatever, 4 o'clock to like 9 or 10, it was so many people.
How was the line?
How was the line?
Going in.
Oh, we didn't have a line. We was VIP. We got tickets from Toby.
Sorry.
Well, I can tell you how the line was because the event was right by my house. I live across the street.
There was a line, but I wasn't in it. I don't do lines. I'm not big on lines, y'all.
Chicago don't do lines. VIP, we coming through the ceiling, y'all.
That's it. That's all. Otherwise, I ain't going.
So I helped with it last year. I didn't go this year because I had a DJ engagement with a family reunion. And I would like to go, but I was happy I was making money. I made money last year, but this was a different venture. But that was your outside experience. And you said you'll tell me yours later.
I went somewhere with somebody I had never been outside with to a place that I normally would not go on a day like yesterday. And it was perfect. I can't fucking front on it. Yesterday was a perfect day.
Good for you. What a 2023 outside for you. And you're smiling. I really don't want to know what that smile about. Yikes. I'm afraid.
Yes, you do.
Day situation?
Yes, you do.
She's black as hell and she blushing. All right, with that being said, so the 4th of July, my Father's Day is a typical Father's Day. I didn't get much. I never get anything.
Every father is saying that. Every single father. What
I do wish I went to see
why y'all fucking up that y'all kids ain't getting
because I was just gonna say, why you ain't getting nothing, man?
He fucked up somewhere.
Well, you let their mother down, then their mother be like, I dare you. And look, not a baby mother said Happy Father's Day.
But the thing about it is, they are never going to say Happy Father's Day to you because they don't feel like you are doing things that make them feel that they should say it.
You
We
know,
don't give
And
props
what?
if they not do.
And let's be very clear how this operation go. Those are my children. She just held it in her belly. It came from me, and I put it in them. They better be happy of the treasure I gave them that God let me give them. That's a treasure.
you say how long this podcast is? That sounds like we're gonna be.
All right, you can go. We want to thank you for coming. If you got some priorities,
I would
host
love to
just walked
see you
in. I'm
again,
letting him in
Mr.
and tell us everything and how people can reach you while I let him in.
So look, you can reach me at the THE_barber chef on Instagram. There, if you are interested in inquiring about my private chef services, you can DM me. I do believe I have my email on there. You can shoot me an email as well.
Okay.
But really want to catch me, you want to DM me because I am really a private chef. Even if I do big events, like I'm literally the chef of my client. So I don't have a website. I don't have none of that. Like it's strictly word of mouth with me because I want to make sure that all of my clients, you know, they all mesh, they all make sense because I'm not for everybody.
I heard that.
So
Girl, I hope you for me though. I can't wait whatever you finna be.
you for Neil, I'm for you.
Oh, good. We're gonna
How
see
that go?
each other.
I know
I'm
this.
for you for him, I'm for you.
How y'all doing?
That's
My
my
people, my people. My people, my people.
Damn.
period.
How's everybody doing this evening?
How you doing?
What's up, Ange? How you doing? I'm so
Hi.
sorry I forgot your name. I'm Jay.
Yes, sir.
And
I'm Tiff.
who? I'm sorry.
Chef Tiff. Miss Sir.
Miss
No,
Sir.
Also,
take that T out of there.
okay.
Mr. Like
Miss
Mr. Like Kisser, Miss Sir.
Oh, Miss Sir. Okay, cool. Good to meet you, Miss Sir. Please excuse my
Likewise.
tardiness. It's my days with my daughter, so I have to take care of them real quick.
Because Father's Day is not just that Sunday or Saturday.
You know what
It's
I'm saying? And they've been having me on the move since this morning, so I do apologize for my tardiness.
It's all good. It's all good. A pleasure to have
Well,
you. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. I'm gonna start cooking though. Well, if y'all got questions or if we still chopping it up, I'm gonna start cooking. I'm actually making some Chinese food.
Oh,
Is there something that you don't cook? There's a particular meal that you just don't get down with.
Is there a meal that you don't cook?
I'm thinking. There haven't been I'm more of a you book it, I cook it type chef. So like literally whatever it is that you desire, whatever you ask for, I'm gonna make it happen. I just posted hibachi. I did a private hibachi dinner. Somebody wanted hibachi. I made hibachi. I make Mediterranean food, Indian, Caribbean food. My specialty is soul food though, but I can literally so here's
Yeah, put the TV up there.
I made some money bag rangoons.
You wanna see up top?
Ooh.
So these are crab rangoons, but they shape like money bags.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the other
I want to taste one of those.
So remember you said you couldn't read the comments?
I want to eat it. I want to eat it. I want to eat it. I want to eat it.
So
me too. Pause though, but yeah.
I'm about to make some shrimp fried rice. So I'm gonna start cooking that up.
Go ahead and do your thing. Hey, where you at, man? I'm gonna come see you after you finish cooking.
And listen, because y'all caught me at the right time. I'm like 1 to 3. I'm like, it sounds like brunch, but it's more like lunch. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought about doing shrimp and grits or like catfish and grits or something like that with like maybe some French toast on the side.
That's
But
always
then
good too.
like, I want some food. So I'm like, let's do something different. I'm like, it's great, but I'm not even really interested anymore in being an attorney because of like the lifestyle I would have had to
What
lead.
you doing?
Oh, so wait a minute. You were studying to be an attorney?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
missed the whole show. He finna ask you a whole nother line of questions.
I'm probably
That's
gonna ask
fine,
you the same
that's fine,
question.
that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Been doing it my late 30s, and it's been successful. Very
Man,
happy.
congratulations.
I just got one more thing I want to
Congratulations.
do. That is my goal. But I don't want it to be like a typical brick and mortar. Like I want it to be like totally exclusive and intimate, and I just really want to focus on the food. So I'm very excited.
What I did that.
She's a cooking queen.
And
Huh?
no, he thought I cut the sound off. Go ahead. So, one more thing. So, Jay, how was your Father's Day?
Oh, my Father's Day was pretty smooth, nothing out the ordinary, nothing too special. I hung out with my son, you know what I'm saying? My girls, they all text me Happy Father's Day and everything. My oldest son that's in Atlanta, he texts me and talks to me and everything. He got to send me some pictures of my grandson because I haven't seen my grandson since he was born. Me and my mother and my youngest boy flew out to Atlanta to see him. He was like 7, 8 months old, but he's 2 years old now. So I spoke to him and everything, and it actually felt kind of good because this was like the first time on my first Father's Day where all my kids reached out to me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Either one of them come up missing. You know what I'm saying?
well, wait, can you restate that? What do you mean one comes up
Not
missing?
one of them coming up missing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I get a text from,
I
this.
took my chair. Fuck out of here.
Everybody but somebody.
So yeah, but this was like the first Father's Day in a few years that each one of my kids reached out to me. So it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
We can hear you, Sunil. Jeez Louise.
He bent my crate. Your crate is plastic. Redesign it.
And then you threw my shirt out the chair.
And I'm tired of this lame ass mannequin with these titties that you got advertising on our show.
We selling to
Do it
women.
all. How can we get those UnDustry shirts? Where can we get those?
These are coming up soon. Due to the fact that we just starting and we're trying to get all our little monies together, we can only afford these 2 shirts at the time.
As he's caressing the mannequin. As he's caressing the mannequin, complaining
I
that it
see.
got titties.
It do. That's why I'm holding it like this.
Wow.
She got titties.
Wow. Yeah.
No, they not.
Jay brought his mother over today. She doesn't want to join us.
Hey, Mom. She remember me. Oh,
Yeah, she does.
Did you watch the episode last week? You should watch it. She had him in his feelings. His face
Why you
dropped.
bringing that shit back
And
up?
boy,
man?
that was so funny. It was the best.
Oh my
My
goodness.
stomach hurt for like a day. I could not stop laughing.
Let me go.
Ah,
Let me go get a stool real quick.
and she's cooking over there, and Mr. is our guest. And we talked about Juneteenth. I am here to ask, did anyone see, and by you being a rapper and a female gendered rapper, it's a new rapper who she's a modern day rapper who also has an OnlyFans. Her name is Sukiana.
I love Suki. Yes. What about her?
So she was at a game and some new rapper named
YK Osiris.
YK Osiris under the influence, and he's a Meek Mill artist, which I got a question about Meek Mills. He's a Meek Mill artist.
I saw what happened.
Oh, you saw what happened?
Yes.
Do you all think it was sexual assault?
Yes, I do. It was unwarranted. It wasn't asked for, and he violated her.
I
But
agree
him-
it was a violation, and I agree he should get charges for grabbing someone unsolicited. My question is, kissing her in the mouth. Yeah, I guess it's sexual assault. Yeah.
It was unwanted touching. Anytime
Yes,
you
but
touch a
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
How do y'all know it's unwanted touching? Because we don't know how long.
When we say
they
Don't know each
and
other
when
at
we
all.
back
She
away,
let it be
don't
known.
know. They don't know each other at all. Are you sure? And it's
when
entertainment game.
when we're
Everybody
Heisman
knows
and
who's
Hold on.
stuff,
Hold on.
And it's the same girl.
Hold on, Jay. Let Ann say it.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
when women duck multiple times, it's not wanted.
I've seen you duck from many of people, and it wasn't about them trying to kiss
It
you.
wasn't wanted. It wasn't wanted.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, without being nasty to somebody, without saying, if you don't get the fuck away from me, a duck should tell you something. Like your father looking back at you because you cutting up and you straighten up, you know what's up. That look. But it's very blatant. If I'm doing this, if I'm doing this,
I've never sat over here. Usually Jay sit over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit over here more.
How
Hey, I
many
like the
more-
background. Usually Jay sit over here.
Here's my thing, and this is why I stand on that. I don't understand. I don't know their relationship. I don't know if they know each other or not.
They
So-
didn't. They had no relationship.
They do
came
now.
as-
Did he say that? I mean, how long? Because like I said, the entertainment industry, the circle is small. So,
What? Well,
you know what I'm
she
saying?
deleted
Back
her.
to that.
She
Back to
deleted her
that.
social media, so we will never find out. She made sure she doesn't have a trail, and she's changing her lifestyle and now doing Christian poetry. So she's went from ratchet rap to now Christian poetry.
Well, I'm
and
gonna
that's the
tell
only
you,
thing
a
that's
lot
posted.
of times people change their direction is because of some particular incident
Yes.
that was related to what they were doing that they no longer want to be connected with.
She was
And
tired
that-
of eating booty.
Tired of getting our ass ate or something.
Yeah, I can understand it. I would quit too.
I would quit if it wasn't serving me any longer.
You did what?
If it's not serving me, I don't need to be around it or be with it. And I
Which-
think that it quickly became unsatisfactory when men were taking it just a bit too far. It's
Mhm.
entertainment, but you now going in on some, I'm gonna get involved. Bitch, is you for real? No, you're not. And that I think that's where she's coming from with everything now. I'm trying to entertain people, but people think it gives them the right to touch and feel and grab and pull and pride when no.
So what when it happens to men, why don't we get a right to say we
You
were?
do.
No, we
You
don't. We're
do.
called
Okay,
we're
now,
called inappropriate names and acting like we were like we not man enough to handle it.
Then you guys better
y'all
talk to each
persona-
other in
y'all
regards to
persona,
that.
How y'all are is different from us. Because
Hold on, let Ange answer that before you say that. Go ahead, Ange.
I think that that men need to talk to each other about that. If y'all are on some, I felt like I wasn't given the opportunity to make the decision that was for me because she threw herself all on me and I ain't want it. But y'all think that, I'm supposed to because it's a
I'm
woman
not
throwing
gonna
herself
tell
on.
Jay that some woman
You gonna let
touched
me
me
answer or you gonna let
unsolicited.
me talk?
I'm not gonna tell him.
No, go ahead. You're right, Ange. I heard you. Go ahead. I was just saying I'm not
I
gonna
mean-
tell him.
I mean, y'all, men don't want to seem like a pussy. They don't want to seem like somebody throwing something at them they couldn't handle, or they really just didn't want because they fear what other men think of their masculinity. When their masculinity, I feel, isn't for other men.
Women.
Are we going to let me talk, or we gonna cut Ann off?
No, I was just saying. But go ahead.
Okay, all right. Then I'm through talking. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
No, finish.
No, I'm done.
You done? You sure?
Because you didn't want to hear all of it. You wanted me to.
Oh, that's why I said finish.
No, but then I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. And that's why you never cut somebody off. The hell.
And when you smoke, you'll lose train of thought. I don't smoke.
Yeah, don't smoke either. Well, seriously, I think men are embarrassed by what okay, because we have two men sitting here. I could never tell you what it is to be a man and the things you go through to prove your masculinity or how it's being done. But do you guys talk to each other or certain instances like that where you feel comfortable enough talking to somebody because you were violated by a woman?
You joke about it, but you don't say anything directly. and you make it a joke. You don't make it into a violation of something dysfunctional. You act like you were rewarded by her interest instead of, you might not have wanted it, or it was requested and you rejected it at the time, but you bring it up only in matters of humor, not in matters of, it could have went left. Like you could have stole on them. You could have been like, those things.
Do you think that the humor is somewhat bringing about some type of healing? Because when you talk about, so where
It's
do
very
y'all
dysfunctional.
go?
It's
Where do
very
y'all go?
dysfunctional.
Yeah, and that's why I think why a lot of men don't say anything about being violated by women.
That's what happened to R. Kelly.
It's happened to a lot of Catholic priests. It happened to a lot of people who are in our neighborhoods with babysitters, older sisters, mothers that may not be fully wrapped tight.
I think that's what happened with nuns. They didn't want to give nuns, so they became nuns.
I just want to be there to hit you. I just really just want to be there.
Today's item behind me for the day, as I change subjects. This is the UnDustry. We got about a half an hour to 25 minutes of the show as we're watching our guest film some of her desserts.
No,
there.
she's making.
Yeah, look at her. We'll see those on her
fried rice.
Instagram.
I don't see no.
She's gonna tell us before she leaves us. Oh, now she's gonna show off more. She's gonna tell us where we can
show us
see more, where we can get the hat. And before she tells us what that item is, oh, look at her showing off. I can't even
Wait,
show.
what's that black baby? That looks like an Angie doll.
You a black baby?
The one in your hand.
Hold on, I'm waiting for the food. Don't make that face. Like, oh yeah, that's what we want to see.
We go.
Wait a minute, you just made that?
Yes.
Well, we was talking all that. She just
That orange chicken with rice. A little.
No, those are
This is honey bag rangoons. Yes, crab rangoons.
Look at this crab rangoon,
Yeah.
Bonita.
Man,
Oh, it's right there. It was right there. But here, look on there.
man, that look good.
it looks awesome.
Sauce and some shrimp fried rice, jumbo shrimp fried rice with soy sauce.
Oh, man, that shit look good.
Where you at right now? I want to eat that.
Downtown.
Damn it, you in this downtown living.
See?
Oh, she in the
I'm gonna give you a
downtown.
little- I'm gonna give you a
She's
little-
bougie. She's a downtowner. She's not a north sider, not a south sider. She's a downtowner.
Yeah, there we go. Look at the view.
Oh my God. I am living in poverty compared to that.
And I swear, step your game up, why don't you?
Is that Sears Tower you facing?
No, that's Vista.
Oh, that's the fake Sears Tower. I ain't
Yeah.
even that close, but god dang, you in the
I
wow.
think that's Trump right there.
This is where you live?
Yes.
living in
I'm at home.
Telling people her business.
That's my living room.
Damn!
Speaking of that, I want to show you guys some merch real fast. They're just some tees.
Fake Sears Tower. I ain't even that close, but god dang, you in the
I'm telling you.
Trump right there.
this is where you live?
Okay.
Yeah.
She's still.
So these are a few tees that I have. Just let me out. I want to show you guys some merch real fast.
Okay.
Tees.
Paper pussy.
Possible Truth Lifestyle.
What that say?
Paper pussy and peace.
Oh, okay.
I had another one, y'all. I wanted to show you real quick.
I like that shirt. The paper pussy and peace.
Just let me
Got on a hat that says the same thing.
She got a shirt that say "Slut me out."
Yeah.
Monogamy is for
But
broke.
nice to broke people. Ah,
I had another one, y'all. I wanted to show you real quick.
I love it. I love it.
Just let me
got on a hat that says the same thing.
So we're gonna have a little post job back up there.
Nice to broke people.
But
Ah,
I'll get a taste. I gotta get a taste while I'm on the screen while I got y'all.
yeah, get a taste so we can't
That
taste.
food look delicious, Miss Sir. I must say. Shirts are kind of dope too.
And say something.
Definitely like
I'm
that.
hungry.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I say something. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
When I tell y'all, I rarely eat my food. Like I taste as I cook, but everybody be sitting there tearing it up, and I just be over here like thinking about these dishes. Like, but yeah, so
yeah, that looks good.
Please, Lord, don't let this food I made on national TV kill me.
You did events? You got anything cracking today? Or got anything cracking this week? Or any situations transpired that drew some interest?
Sunil's event. She's gonna do it.
Your mom
have-
over here watching porn or something. I don't know what's happening.
Hey,
Oh,
man,
Mom.
I'm watching what she watching.
I
Oh
normally
my gosh.
so please.
cut during the week. So like I
I
cut
told you.
like Tuesdays,
So-
Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then on the weekend is when my events. So this weekend in particular, I'm doing a yacht party where someone rented a boat and I'm gonna be cooking on the boat.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna do a private event on the boat.
Can y'all hear me?
Have you ever cooked on a boat before? Like, is the waves gonna be a different situation?
So on my own personal experience, yes, but cooking for others, no. This will be the first time I cook for others, but I have cooked on a boat for myself and my people. And I mean, it's just like being a barber. You got to just have a sturdy hand, you know. Once I grip that pot. So what I'm gonna do is the finger foods I'm gonna prepare prior, and then that way I don't have to worry about assembling. Like they already be assembled. I'm doing some Kentucky hot sliders. It's basically like brioche sliders with ground turkey bacon, uncured turkey bacon, because the other one I don't mess with. But a little special sauce. I can't say nothing about that. My little special sauce and provolone cheese, and I just assemble it. And then I'm gonna do lasagna cups. Those are like small wonton wraps, but they're not gonna be wrapped. It's just they're gonna be shaped like a cup, and then I'm gonna fill it with like lasagna filling with the feta cheese, and I might do some pesto with
Lift my lip up.
with mozzarella cheese. And then on the boat, I'm gonna be grilling. So
The boat a private event?
You gonna grill on the boat?
I'm a grill on the boat.
Is it a
Oh,
private event? Of course, right?
Yes, it is.
Private
It is.
chef.
It's gonna be
So
me
gonna ask what's the
and
details and how the hell you get up in there.
But she
And-
got her own boat too. She be cooking for people.
I don't know.
You get your own
I don't
boat?
have a boat.
Oh, I thought you had a boat too.
Ants just know you was born like that. You
Oh,
damn.
really?
I'm impressed. Like,
on the
damn.
spot.
No,
You
I don't
make
have a boat.
you get
I rented-
paper
I
and
rented a
pussy
boat.
in peace.
No. I rented a boat and cooked on the boat.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how much it costs to house a boat? It costs more to store it than the.
It'll have it upkeep and everything. Yeah, I know.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know. I'm poor. I don't know shit.
It don't make sense. So I rent them personally. But once I buy my house, I'm gonna buy a boat.
That's what's up. And now,
Yeah.
do you cook with pork and shit too? Are you?
I
know what I'm
tell you.
saying?
Yeah,
You do? Okay.
absolutely. Because I've had some people book me at a hotel, and the hotel didn't have like a kitchenette, so I had to come with the stove, come with the little oven, and I made it happen. I've cooked on the beach. I do private brunches, private dinners on the beach in the sand, throwing down.
Okay. All right.
So-
That's what's up. The reason why I asked about the pork thing is because, like I said, I don't eat pork, but I'm not a Muslim. But like I said, this is thing where everybody is not eating pork now, which I get it. But you know, that's why I was just asking.
I don't. I don't get it.
Like I said, I don't either.
Because I eat swine make you fine and keep you fine. Okay? I don't know
Jay,
what's wrong with people, but
your mom over here tripping. Gee, she's over here tripping. I can't even do the show with you.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Oh, my dukes.
not right now.
Like,
Shout out to my mama this evening helping me out on a little situation.
Don't
with
say
my
they're gonna
kids
hear
and stuff.
you. They're gonna
And,
hear
I
you. Don't
was on
say
the move
nothing.
today.
say something, mama. You don't tell no woman not to talk.
I'm gonna show you the
right?
invitation. I'll show you the invitation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna show
Are you
the
gonna
invitation.
have like pork products at Sunil's event? Because he don't like pork.
I do eat pork. You crazy?
Damn, you are fucking it up. We're trying to be a pork-free situation at your event. Damn.
And I don't know if I
Wait a
ever
minute, what do
seen
you
your
think- wait a
real
minute.
I
face.
don't think it was any pork. I don't think it was any pork on the menu, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so.
Now I tell you why you wrong.
Damn, I just want to watch her eat.
It's her is you sitting there eating in our face. Now you get carried away. Well, we had a guest who was polite and telling her great stories, and then she turned into a villain, smacking in the camera. So I don't know what just happened. Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
thank y'all for interviewing me, but
It's
y'all
time to
still
eat.
can growl, but I'm finna get down.
I'm gonna knock this down.
I
Straight
just
up.
want to eat
That's
where
how
she
you do it. That's how
is.
you do it.
She already said she poured her the libation. We should have knew she was gonna eat when she said she finna pour a drink, Ange.
We
Yeah.
all over here famished.
I'm
I ain't even
hungry.
got no chicken fingers in here no more.
I've been sitting next to all this, y'all. This shit good.
You say you don't eat your own food, you just taste it. You made you a plate. Something
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
right.
Us not
That
eating.
hibachi, boy. Them hibachi. That hibachi.
It ain't right.
That should be so good.
So
Always
here's my item for the day. Also for Black History Month, and it's Black Health Month. So that was a great conversation for Black Men's Health Month. And so we thank you for co-hosting as the host is here. And I can co-host again. You can leave now. I'm just playing. And we have
birthday.
and we have our guest who has shared some tear-jerking experiences about her becoming a barber, which was a great story. We see that she's a triple P hat wearer. We also hear that she
Mhm.
was an entrepreneur in college. She applied for law. I know she was a bus driver at one time.
6 years.
Yeah. Multiple. I see she's a smacker off her own products. Don't eat your own supply, and she's doing it now.
I got to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tear it up.
That was the
So you
Anytime
putting me
I'm
off
on
the
YouTube
show
and
now
thinking
that your co-host is here?
No, I'm just messing with you. You know, you're
Good.
always welcome.
So let me explain the last time that I was.
Last night I made oxtail.
We don't want to hear what you made last night. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Tell you we was hungry.
The oxtails. What animal is that?
Ox, man.
I'm saying,
Okay.
what is that classified as?
Ox. O-X. Ox.
This my
Like
friend
ox.
and his mother
Chiquita
here.
friend ox.
The words that are coming out of Jay
saying.
Banks' mouth
Okay,
does
but
not
check this
reflect
out.
this podcast.
Where the fuck is an ox at? Have we ever seen an ox in the city of Chicago?
Yes, brother.
Yes.
Where?
What are you talking about?
At the
Where?
slaughterhouse on 47th Street.
On Lake
It's
Street.
oxes
They
on
bring the
47th.
oxes.
It's beef. It's a cow.
I ain't seen no motherfucking ox in years. So
Ox.
show me an ox in Chicago.
Ox.
What else?
It's cow tail.
I ain't never seen no damn.
You know when look, I could tell, watch what I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all talking to me and act like I'm the slow one.
Jay,
here.
hold on,
I'm
hold
talking
on.
about an ox.
You
Y'all
think
ain't seen no
Fruity
motherfucking
Pebbles
ox.
are
Hold
real?
on.
But y'all
Fruity
ain't seen no
Pebbles.
ox except on-
It ain't
Besides-
pebbles of fruit.
We saw the oxes on Thundercats. Remember they used to beat them up.
No damn ox on Thundercat.
Could you please tell
But-
him what the fuck he's
But
talking
when
about?
you watch the wilderness episodes, you see the cheetah go after the ox in Africa. So oxes do exist. But in America-
they be chasing warhogs. They be chasing them little fawn ass.
That'd be an ox.
They don't be chasing
But you're
no
right,
damn ox.
Bonita. Bonita is
I'm
right.
sorry, my bad. An ambulance was going past my house when y'all was talking because it got hit by a fucking ox. You don't know nothing about the ox situation, and it's an ox. Okay, they're out here in the streets. They make the tails for our soups.
That would be an
So we
ox.
throw away
So-
the rest.
Jay's mother,
I remember seeing a motherfucking ox when I was in grammar school.
I went to the
ain't seen
research
motherfucking
team.
ox since I've been grown.
I just got
Where'd you
the
see the
research
ox?
team just gave me information.
That's
Oxtail is just the tail of a cow.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, but it's ox. The fuck?
Okay, what about, have you ever cooked cow oysters?
What the fuck is cow oysters?
No, I've never cooked out cow oysters.
What about pig feet?
Yes, I have cooked pig feet.
Talking about cow balls, man.
Yeah, what about cow tongue?
Man, ain't nobody.
I have cooked cow tongue. I've actually made cow tongue tacos.
Yeah, that's what they're famous for.
I've never had no cow tongue tacos.
Yes, what are they called exactly? You've had it before. I bought them for you.
Tripe.
Had no cow tongue tacos.
I
Anybody
keep,
They're
like-
why
called,
are you thinking
uh,
tripe and it's not tripe?
With the B. What'd you say, Ange?
What I'm thinking is it's not correct. It's not correct. Yeah, yeah.
But
Barilo.
What I missed?
Say it again for us.
Barilo.
Birria.
Barilo.
That's how I know. It's
Yeah.
like it looked like pulled pork or pulled
Right.
beef.
And
it's-
that's what that
it's
is.
t-
Aw,
It's tongue.
man.
They got to thin it out because it's so tough. It's so tough.
I don't do cow tongues, man.
So
We need to go find us a
Y'all not
taco
on the
boom.
cow
They
show
have
when
all
Theo
these
said,
types
I'm
of
not
food.
tasting nothing that can taste me.
Mm.
and I know he lying. All
That's
cap.
true.
Because I know what he do
I ain't never
taste.
ate no cow
I know
tongue
what he
taco.
do taste.
I ain't never ate no
I
tongue
know what
taco.
he do taste. I ain't never seen him do it, but I know when he got
Oh,
a
yeah, I
smile
know
on
a
his
lot of
face
shit.
and it's on his
Oh.
breath. Ha, you dig?
Yeah, and I know a lot of shit you didn't taste it too.
Nah, you don't know nothing about
Okay,
me
so
tasting.
Yeah,
this is going a wrong direction. Let's
Yeah, I
start
think I'm
talking back to our great
He
chef
acting,
here.
no. He acting like he acting like this ain't 30 years invested.
Hey, look. So again, my item of the day for Black History Month is the Gabby doll from Sesame Street. She was a brand new character, the first black puppet that's on Sesame Street, which is weird. And I tried to research, like I swore they had a black puppet before, but no.
Wow.
So the young lady who they hired was a teen Christian evangelist who was doing her evangelist with puppeteering. She started when she was like 9 years old. Just like you, 9-year-old Barbara, and using her skill set to also give therapy to young children to learn in Christianity, in her case, as you would say to people's lives from domestic abuse. But yeah, this is the Gabby doll, a new character on Sesame Street, and that's my Black History tribute for the month.
I love it. I love it.
That's
How many
dope.
of those do you have? I want one.
I actually got it from Rasan. Rasan works at Roto Fuji, is it? So I got it from Roto Fuji.
I'm gonna go there and get one of
That's
those. I
what's
like
up.
that.
That's
I like
It's on Amazon too, because I think they ran out.
Okay. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
telling me that.
I think
information.
Amazon
Oh,
ran out at one time, so they might have did a reprint of those Gabby dolls.
I'm gonna make him an Angie doll.
Yeah, that would be a good Angie doll. Angie, this is my first time. I've been in your face for over 30 years. You actually got a cute nose, or maybe you got oil on it. Maybe it was dry before, or boogers or something.
Oh,
Nigga, what is he doing?
It's a real nice nose you got on you. I never, or maybe it's the lighting.
why you pointing like you pointing out her nose?
I never noticed she got a button nose. Maybe she be mad all the time or something.
Yo.
Oh, I forgot you're happy this week. And I know why you're happy. Or no, you
She went on that date.
Yeah, she went on that date that made her happy.
Oh, that right.
Okay, sir and SP, y'all fucking up. Okay.
You said I owed you for a long phone call.
She gonna salute me. You awful.
This is the UnDustry show, and we have discussions about industry experiences, uncovering, unraveling the positives and negatives. With our guests, we had great conversations about her entrepreneurship and how she advanced life experiences into a career. My co-host, which was our guest, Ans 13, we have a question. Jay wasn't here to tell us his standard topics, and then we'll have our last discussion as it's 15 minutes into the show. I want to thank everyone who's in the comments and visit, and all the fans of our guests. Flipside is here today.
Hi, Flip.
Can I intercept one time to just
Yes,
make
please, you're the
public service announcement?
All right.
2 things. When you a private chef, like when it comes to pricing, you know, you get what you pay for. And you know, sometimes a chef or whatever entrepreneur, whoever might charge something, and they work might not match what they charging. Whatever. I mean, but honestly, people gotta understand something. Food is expensive. Like, especially if you want fresh, good quality food, it costs. It costs. And not only that, as a chef, and I want to kind of like speak for all like small chefs, because I'm not like a sous chef or restaurant chef, not like that. Like I'm a small chef. I'm gonna speak for the majority when I say this. We literally have to, when you book us, you say, hey, I want you to do this. It's so much that goes on before we put that pan in that chafing dish. Like going to the grocery store, first of all, mentally wrapping your mind around what you're doing, because you're gonna have guests who's gonna judge your food. So like we have to mentally wrap our mind around the booking. Then we have to go shop on foot. Now, some people are lazy and they might Amazon Fresh or DoorDash or Uber or Instacart, whatever they do.
I love
But
Amazon Fresh. Watch your mouth.
Listen, me for my household, I've used it. But when it comes to my clients, like I don't want to get sued. I don't want nobody to sue me for serving old food, bad food. I don't want to be in a jam or bind and have to order something when I get it, it's not what I need. So I go to the store myself the majority of the time, shop for the food, pick the best of the food out. Okay. Then I have to get the food to where I'm going. I have to prep the food, clean the food. I have to, break it down and separate it into this and that, and make sure that I've marinated and, chop this and cut that and trim this. Then I have to prepare the food. Like
You trying to make us feel guilty because you ate in our face.
Absolutely not. No, listen, honestly, I swear to God, I'm not making this up, because this is what people don't be understanding, what comes behind the price. My private dinners alone are like $375 for 2 people. And that's a 3-course meal. That's just 3 courses, not 4 courses, just a 3-course. For me to come out and to cook for you and someone else, the base, what you're gonna pay is $375. I don't care what you order. I don't care what it is, what I'm making. Because 9 times out of 8, I'm cooking it from scratch. I'm cooking it in front of you. Everything that I just mentioned that I had to do prior to me getting to you. Okay. So I'm just saying, as a chef, like it's a lot. And I've taken L's sometimes where I've just quoted a price and I did the work, but just the opportunity alone landed me so many other opportunities. So it wasn't really a loss, but financially. So like, man, when it comes to pricing, like people be like, oh no, I ain't paying that. Okay, well you gonna be the one getting talked about. When people leave your function, you're gonna be the one when people be like, that meat was dry, or them greens was salty, or that you're gonna get talked about because you so busy focused on how much it is, you're not even paying attention to what you're paying for. So if I say it's a price, God knows I'm gonna provide you with a worthy meal, a quality meal, and service.
Congratulations, man. That's work ethic.
Exactly.
Took me a long time to get here, y'all.
People in general, I think, and one thing I've found out about being in the service industry and everything is that a lot of people try
behind
to
your son.
get as much as possible for as less as possible, and I hate that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Since I've been doing this club thing, these people come in here and they try to complain about every little thing. Now, I do admit, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you can tell by the conversation that whatever they dissatisfied with is genuine. A lot of times you just read between the lines, and that's one thing that kind of bothers the hell out of me, is that when people come in, they supposed to be having a good time, but yet you coming in there trying to hustle people. You coming in there with the intent to see, all right, let me see if I'm gonna complain about my drink being watered down. How your drink watered down and you ain't got no damn ice in it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just little things that I pay attention to now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Since it's just like I said, it's just little things that I just noticed, like, you know, like the whole thing with the that was the actual situation that happened.
Jay, hold on. She's stunting again.
Cool stuff.
You see the art piece behind her? It ain't like Angie's art piece. At least Ange probably did hers. You stunting again. You just won't
try to
stop.
do that. I just sat down.
No,
man.
you made you a plate after you say you don't eat your food. You come in with the fly fresh hat. Then you come with the iced out Pinocchio painting behind you. I see it.
I'm obsessed with
Ange,
cars.
what about your painting? You did that?
No, Slang did it. I gotta
Let us see it.
work from him.
That's
dope.
it. Oh, yeah, the incredible legendary Slang. Look at
That's
that.
dope.
That's amazing.
That
That's
looks
dope.
familiar.
Slang. That's his typical one-liner style.
That looks familiar.
That's
Yeah.
dope. I love art. I'm a big listen. When I get my restaurant, it's gonna be like a gallery when you walk in there. It's gonna be nice, but I'm gonna have some dope paintings and some black artists. Like I'm gonna feature some black artists. I'm gonna have the artist of the month area.
We
'Cause,
got two black artists on here now in the comments. Flip wants a Gabby. Rasan said they have more Gabbies at the shop where he works, Roto Fuji.
Right on.
Yeah.
Put one aside for me and I'll pick it up.
And they also said that there was a black character named Franklin on Sesame Street, which I don't remember. The first Franklin I remember is the one from Peanuts game.
The Franklin they had on Sesame Street also had an orange shirt and curly hair, and he was a bit darker. I remember Franklin.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
Man, so what are the plans? Oh, this is what I knew we were supposed to talk about. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but everybody didn't enjoy the Flash DC movie. I did. Flash was good. It was funny. It was an experience. They could have done more, but it was good.
Now, why could they have done more?
For Michael Keaton,
Right, because I haven't seen it, but I'm probably not gonna go to the movies or nothing to see it.
That's my regular date thing. What did you say, Ange?
What more could they have done?
They did too much. So they didn't show the Dark Knight Batman. They did like this recap of previous, as Flash was going back in time and forward in the future. They showed both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. He did a great job, as he's always been my number one Batman.
Yes, sir.
They covered Superman, where they even showed Christopher Reeves, because as Flash was going through, they showed all the Superman. Even Nicolas Cage, I guess at one time was supposed to be a Superman. It was weird. He looked weird. He was on there as Superman Nicolas Cage, but they didn't cover Wonder Woman. So from my understanding, I guess Batman and Superman are the primary characters of the DC universe, but I always thought Wonder Woman was just as equal personally.
I need you to take that to Congress, because a lot of people thought that women were equal and they're not.
Say it again, Ange.
Nothing.
Please.
Why do women want to be equal?
We don't want to be equal. What we want to be is not treated like slaves. That's really what it all breaks down to.
Okay.
Well,
I totally understand that.
So
sometimes I be seeing the view from like both men and women. That's one of my flaws. Like I be seeing both sides.
That's a superpower. Shit.
I be seeing both sides, and I totally receive everything that you just said in those little short words. They were very powerful. However, I am one about balance.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like no, a woman should not be treated like a slave at all, ever. However, if the man is doing his part as a male, or a part other than what the woman is doing, I feel like the woman should do her part as a woman.
Like,
so
I think everybody should do their part as people and as a unit.
Yes.
You can't have A work without B, because you won't see a result. So if if we are talking about gender roles that we take on when we become partners,
Mhm.
that's where the problem starts, because people feel that there are things that are only some things that a man should do, or certain things that only a woman should do.
And
But
transition, Ange.
if we're working as a unit, then there's got to be something that we both have to be equally yoked in so we can make it all work together.
Does
And that's where I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought Steele may have been saying something.
No, off of what you said, and we had this slight conversation last week, and you said the same sentiments that our guest also translated very similar. And I was saying great transition to, I think it's a new era. It's a new traditions. Traditions have been reinvented. And as you said, just everybody play a balancing part. That was a great that's a t-shirt, play your balancing part.
Yes.
I feel like they shouldn't. If you want to talk about equality or whatever the case may be,
Speak up, please.
I said, if you want to
You gotta
talk
get
about
closer.
equality, you have to understand what does equality mean or what does equal mean, because if you compare yourself to us, then you can't do that. You can't say anything a man can do, we can do.
But we can't compare ourselves to them either.
No, but I'm just saying, it's just, I'm not talking about relationship. I'm just like, it's men versus women, which is something
I'm
I
talking
don't
about
like
physical
getting into.
too.
I don't want to do all that. But I just feel like a woman, you guys are who you are because of who you are. Now, your identity or whatever the case may be, or however you want to play that, that's on you. But I feel like you can't put yourself equal to a man because you're not a man.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so with that
You
being
don't-
said, watch
you don't
this,
have-
Jay.
You don't have
That's like I
our-
said,
you don't have our
women don't
traits,
want to
you
be
don't have our-
equal.
you
We
don't
just
have our
don't want to be
traits,
treated
and
like
you don't have our
slaves.
strength. Hold on, because like I said before, I was talking. All right. So hold on.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if you're gonna be equal to somebody, you shouldn't be equal to somebody that's already got the species of people that's already what we are. We're men. We're stronger. Yes. We're faster. Yes. We're all that shit.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
And that's just how that goes.
Let him say what he got to say.
I wouldn't have a baby if somebody asked me.
That's what.
Just let him please.
And I wouldn't be
finish.
oral on a
Neil,
man if
please
somebody
let your
asked me.
man
I'm not talking
finish.
about all that
That's a
other-
strength.
I'm not talking about that weird shit you talking about.
No, that's a strength to look somebody in his nuggets and between his legs and boy, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. And I clearly would. I think I'm weak giving a woman a baby, just releasing my manhood. I'm done after that. Women could go do 1,000 things after that. I
got the
cannot.
body for it. That's
And
what
we
they-
do.
I'm saying they have strengths that we don't
You
have.
can't. Okay, no. How you know that?
I know my
Because you couldn't handle having a
Something about- when
baby.
he said
That's
something
how we
about a
know
baby.
that.
When he said something about having a baby, granted, that's what women do. Y'all bodies are made to do that shit, not ours.
that's a strength.
So you can't sit
That's
up there.
a
and we
major
got our
strength.
too.
No, well,
Yeah,
that's
I'm not saying
Y'all
that.
can't say they can't talk about we 50-50. No.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
not how
It's
this
a
world
So
is
50-50.
that's the
built.
thing. Had you
That's not how
come in the
this world is built.
conversation at
That
the
world
right
was built
time,
that
you would
way.
have heard that we said that we didn't want to be equal. We just want to not be treated like slaves.
I
See, if
agree
you'd
with
have
that.
heard that particular portion of things, you would not be so up in the air by what you're saying right now.
So
good brother.
look,
Yeah, well,
real quick. That means that it's not, and it has never been 50-50. In my household and any other household I've ever been raised in, it's actually 100-100. Because
Ooh.
what I bring to the table don't have nothing to do with what you bring to the table.
I like that.
Like
I like that.
my fiance and I, we live an alternative lifestyle. So that means everything that we do under this roof is alternatively. We don't do things traditionally in this household. But the normal statistic thing, which is we have children, we raise them, we have a pet, we care for it, we have each other, we take care of each other. That's the only thing normal that goes on in this household, and we protect.
You
one
want to know
another.
why your 100-100 makes so much sense?
Why is that?
Since the settlers got into America, tradition had been over. The idea of tradition is a European concept. So traditions have evolved over time as we have evolved in the workforce,
Yes.
in parenting,
Evolve.
in entrepreneurship. That's just my opinion. My
I
opinion.
think that one of the things that hasn't changed over time is everybody had to do their part, no matter
Yes.
what your gender is.
100,
If you
100.
just
I
do
like
your
that. That's
part,
what she
there's no
said.
problem. And
Yeah.
that's the whole thing about it. Goes back to me saying that we don't want to be treated like slaves. We don't want to be told we should have a house together. We don't want to be told that the kids need to look like this. We don't want to be told that of the things that we know need to be done.
So, Ange, let me tell you why you're right. I got this place
know.
together for you to show up, and you didn't come. And my feelings are hurt that you didn't come, and I cleaned up for your arrival.
And it would have been great had you contacted me early enough with this address that I could be there on time. You see how
Cap,
working together
Do you
would have
want me
made
to
that
go off?
happen?
D-
I'd have
Ange,
did my
you're my
100, you'd have
friend.
did that
Cap,
100, I would have been there. See how that
Ange,
works?
Cap. I can say
Ain't
Cap.
no-
If you wasn't blushing, and we can have a conversation after. I know you know my address.
No, I've never been to your location.
Look
homie.
in your text message, but you were so occupied that you
I
could
have never been to your
look
address.
in your text message. I'm a screenshot it and I sent you the address.
Yes, screenshot your address. That'll do me some good. But I've never been to your
Screenshot my
location.
text message. The text message of you coming here. Because you're supposed to come as a guest. And you never came as a guest. You were online and we didn't see your face. So
Right. Because again, you didn't prepare properly enough in order for me to get there. You called me a day in advance thinking that I don't work a job or something.
No.
We have to work together. If you want me to do something, prepare me too. That's where the 100 comes in, right?
Yeah, this is the UnDustry podcast. We do this every Tuesday from 1 to 3.
Do. Don't be trying to do it with me, homie, because you know I'm lockstep. Always gonna
We're
be lockstep.
1 minute past our time of wrapping up the show. We want to thank our guests for coming.
I want to get this over with now.
Tell us where everyone can find you, Mr.
Yo, so it's Missir, MISSIR, the barber chef. My Instagram is the THE_ barber chef, BARBERCHEF. You can book me, DM me, come say hey, look at some food. I'm gonna be doing some more interaction on there because I'm actually shying away from Facebook because I'm really not interested in Facebook anymore. So I'll definitely be on there. I have TikTok as well. I just don't know
What
my
you do
handle.
on TikTok? The dance?
So I do a little bit of everything on there. So
Whoa,
I do some
I'm going to your TikTok.
I do some cooking, I do some skits, I do a little bit of everything on there. That's my safe space. That's where I go to like
You're a
vent,
whole
vlog.
adult talking about TikTok, your safe space. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
no, it is. No, seriously, let me tell you why. Because as a lesbian, as a Black lesbian stud woman, right? We don't be having.
Y'all don't have a
safe-
playground?
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, like we don't have that because like. You know, especially June, like I'm probably the only gay person that despises the month of June because like everybody just be looking at me like, and they know I'm gay and they just smiling, nodding and extra. And I'm just like, fuck this month. But okay, thank you for this month. But I'm gay every day. I've been this way. I'm in my late 30s. I've been this way for as long as I could like remember, like forever. And nothing has ever happened to me. I didn't go through nothing to be this way. I genuinely, this is who I am. And for so long, like I didn't have a community, like a space or nothing to like be myself and not have to like worry if I'm like being understood or accepted or somewhere where I knew I could be handled correctly without being offensive to anyone else that is not of my nature. And TikTok, the one good thing I can say about it
I was
is
going to ask you, is this a TikTok ad for Pride?
I literally
If you go to
have-
Pride, if you go to TikTok, you can have your best Pride month on TikTok.
Ooh, and it's not like a dating situation. So like my fiance is cool with me being on there and shit like that. Like it's not a dating if people do flirt and all type of shit, but it's not predominantly a dating situation where I see those of my kind. and I can do like shit. Like I can like function. I can exist outside of my family, and which that is a very important thing, because like it's a lot of people that don't have that, or they don't even interact with that, and they just inside they like miserable because like they want to be themselves so bad but can't because they don't have a safe space.
Like
Do that.
TikTok.
Yep.
You can
That
wear
is-
more hats like
I'ma
paper
be
pussy
me,
piece
look.
on TikTok.
Listen, I'm gonna be me regardless. I'm gonna be 50 shades of me wherever I go. Now at my age now, but when I was like 16, 20, like 25 even, it was kind of like, all right, I gotta be this way. I gotta do this. I
I
gotta
have
not
two favorite t-shirts
You
and I
gotta
get called out every
fit
time.
in somehow. I feel you, because being a lot of times as a shorty, being the only woman in the group was a trip. It was really, really a trip, because they kind of forget that you're there and say and do certain things. And a lot of times they feel like, oh, she be around us, she should be cool with this. When a lot of things I was absolutely not cool with. So to have a space where you can be yourself and still be creative and not have to worry about somebody seeing you as something other than them. I feel you.
So you got a
Yeah.
TikTok, Ange?
I do. It's X Ange 13 Chicago X.
Jay, you
And I
gonna
do
get you a
nothing on
TikTok?
it.
I don't think we need a playground for TikTok. I don't know if I need that for myself.
Right.
But
Y'all,
we-
I got my
y'all probably
records.
don't. Hell, yo, you guys.
I'm not knocking nobody
This
out.
is how this is my place of sanctuary.
I'm on
Right.
I'm on
But if
Facebook,
those
I'm
didn't
on
exist,
Instagram,
where would
on
you go?
Snap, I'm kind of social media
Okay.
out, coming up with all these different sites and shit you can get on. I'm not gonna keep up with all that shit. TikTok, what's going on, man? I'm
Shit,
Facebook,
glad I stumbled on it. I
Instagram,
ain't-
and Snap, and I'm finally getting the hang of Snapchat. So I'm tired of figuring shit out. Every time they come up with a different, I'm good.
I got one more question about your hat.
Yes.
Do people make comments, or is that a brand new fresh hat and your first time wearing it?
No, first of all, I'm a brand ambassador. So since the line has been created, you know, and she's like one of my best friends. So like literally, I was there from the beginning, and I've been wearing the shit since the beginning. The only shirt that I won't wear is the monogamy is for broke people, because I'm in a healthy, happy relationship.
In layman's terms, shit, you ain't broke.
And no, I'm not. But
I like that. I
time,
like that.
you know,
What
that's
is
just
it? Power,
me.
pussy, and peace.
Yeah, so like everywhere
I
I,
like that
go, and I wear either the shirt or the hat. Like I just actually got the hat because she just launched it. But when I wear that shirt, the paper pussy piece shirt, everybody like the most common question. I mean, not even question, comment that I've gotten was like, "Damn right," or like, "Yes," or "That's all a nigga need," or like, you be surprised. Like, there's more people receiving it and just like, "Damn, that's all we need." Like, that is predominantly men.
That's universal.
I got a I look
Everybody feel that way.
Because even as a woman, like, you know, if you think about it, aside from the BS, that's all she really wants. She wants some money. She wants some
love,
yeah.
love, love and
Want some
affection.
of that something, yeah.
Yeah, and she wants some peace,
Want some
just
peace.
like a man. And if
Hey.
a man and a woman can come together and be that for each other, I swear to God, a perfect relationship can exist. It can
Penis.
exist.
Penis. We'll just create.
Yeah, penis.
Yes.
Yes. So if a man and a woman, or a woman and a man, whatever, if two people that's going to be in a relationship can provide those three basic things for one another and be consistent, like, it won't be no shit. It won't
What
be
could
no
possibly go
shit.
wrong?
We have a
You're right.
question for Ange in the comment section of YouTube Live. At your 9-to-5 job, do your co-workers know of your legend?
Oh, hell no.
Why would
No.
you not want them to know?
Because those are two separate lives that I want to keep separate. You don't understand. And if you know me, and now you know me, I've worked at the bank, I've worked at mortgage companies, and it has to be separated because people won't let it die. They won't. You'll be in the bathroom and they all on the side of the stall. Get your ass out the motherfucking bathroom is what I want to say, but I'm at work. I'm like, I don't want to feel that way. I want my private life is what I do to be left privately, and what I do professionally, it needs to be
Well, I
professional.
don't. That's how I get gigs. What about you, Mister?
That makes sense.
When you were bus driving, did you want people to know about you cutting hair or cooking?
Honestly, no, because those are both things that people all the damn time want and need. Somebody always want their damn haircut. Somebody always wants something to eat. So even at work, we have potlucks, and niggas be running around the garage like, nah, I don't want nobody cook nothing. I just want you make this and da 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 da. And I'm just like, why I can't just come to the potluck with a dish on my own voluntarily?
Yeah,
Why
I
do
get
I
it.
have to
Or
like?
why can't I just come here and not be required to cook? Can't I kick it? I'd like to kick it. I like to go to Foreman Mills and look up and down the aisles without a cap, beatboxing in the next damn aisle.
Damn.
Crazy.
Wait, hold
It's
on.
crazy.
You
We
be
chose
shopping
the
and somebody be
lifestyle,
like,
though.
"Oh, give me a verse."
But
It happened twice just recently. Once inside of a store and once alongside of my car. Dude the passenger leaned outside of the car and started boom, boom. He's like, spit. And I had a microphone in my car. So I paused my car and he beatboxed, he banged the side of his car. If this is a game y'all want to play, I'm gonna play it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? If somebody get it on video, you got it on video. I'm gonna do some wild stuff with y'all. If you want the wild
Peace.
shit, I'm about to give it
You
to
can
you.
understand. Well, then I get. I mean,
But not at
that's why
work.
I understand why you
Well,
got.
I had to pick a struggle.
You know what I'm saying?
What you say, Mister?
Your fans are your fans.
This is
You can't
true.
change them. They see you as Ange 13. They don't see you as an employee at the university.
That's
They
true.
don't see you as an
But-
employee.
Don't tell a
But
job.
they sometimes don't see me as a regular person, and that bugs me.
That's the life. That's the
So,
life.
go ahead, Mister.
You out there in the limelight and you see that, hey, that's what they expect.
It's
I was
so
just saying
easy.
that's why
So
I had
easy.
to struggle, because do I stay here, or do I, I had to pick a lane. I couldn't, that 9 to 5 shit, it was good. The benefits were great. The money was great. It's a city job, but my passion, like I was more passionate about my passion. I was just like, nah, let me just let that go, because doing them both at the same time, like it got so overwhelming, like it was just too much. So I was just like, you know what, let me just pick my lane, and I like it over here. I love it over here, actually.
Well, you two Clark Kent occupation people. When you have to be Superman and then you want to go to Clark Kent, I guess that would make me Aquaman. I'll never stop smelling like fish. So they know what I do.
Yep.
With that being said, this is the UnDustry show. Do you don't have to pick your son up today?
My son is at his friend's birthday.
Oh yeah. You told me that.
party. Shit. And I got my 2 girls at the crib.
People, we can still talk. YouTube, I'm saying goodbye. Me and Ange has to have a real conversation about some things that just weren't clear that we couldn't discuss live on YouTube, which we do every Tuesday, 1 to 3. I had some technical issues. My host wasn't here. The guest was amazing.
Before you go through that, for those who watched last week, I want to
Don't watch
apologize.
last week.
to Jay. I want to apologize to Jay.
Rewatch game.
Because
I'm
I
definitely gonna go watch.
I made you guys believe that I didn't know him.
No excuses. That's just the
I know
best.
him. But he
You're
was
a
getting mad
asshole
about it, and I just
tourist.
wanted to apologize to everybody, because where it
Too
started
late. Nope,
was the show.
I'm going to talk over you. I'm not going to. Oh, look at the puppy.
It's the dog styling too. Damn.
Girl, she's stunting. She in there stunt, and he got on a sweater.
Got on sweater
Why?
and everything. That's what's
And I think he got his own phone. What the hell is going on?
got his own Facebook.
What the hell is going on? I appreciate you guys
on
for having me.
Facebook and Instagram and shit. couple 100,000 followers.
Man, listen, I was so excited about doing this podcast.
We do.
I was so happy about doing this podcast, y'all. I was just talking, boy. I was like, man, I was talking like I was a celebrity out here, like I was famous. I'm so happy to be here. Like I appreciate coming on here and being able to chop it up with y'all. I'm grateful. Like I feel like I got a lot off my little chest. It felt good talking about myself.
Yeah, that's what's
You
up.
are a
That's what
celebrity.
we here
Sunil
for.
don't really gravitate to nobody who ain't got skill, from what I see over the years. He don't.
I appreciate that.
So he saw something in you and was like, the world needs to see and know about you. So hell yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
appreciate that. I
Thank you
appreciate
so much for being here. We'll see you in 3 weeks at the dinner. You're
Yes, sir.
amazing. We'll keep
Wait, did
watching
I
your
get my invitation?
Oh Lord.
You made your invitation. Let's see how it go. Act right.
All right,
then-
y'all. Peace and love. Hey,
Peace,
no.
Next
Paper,
week will be
peace and love.
yeah.
Peace and love.
Paper, pussy, peace and love. Wow.
Hey, that's what it is.
We heard you.
That's what it's all about.
Peace out.
Next week we'll have Ticey Bell, who was a candidate for the mayor of Joliet, who's a part of EAT, which is economic transformation, with making sure that the city of Chicago or the Cook County doesn't become regentrified without including African Americans, because we are a metropolitan Black city. After that, we'll have Michelle from a Plums Art Gallery and Event Space. And then flips side, Julia Gooseby will be here the second week in July. This is the UnDustry. It was an amazing week. It was an amazing show. Jay finally showed up and filled in and acted as decent as possible.
What?
And as we all know, bye-bye YouTube. Ans, don't go anywhere. We got to get some stuff out off our chest real fast. Hold on.
Peace.
No, okay,
Oh.
I gotta get into YouTube.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On your side, oh, there.